Betty. I'm doing a 30-minute session for a client, so I'm going to be sharing psychic wisdom and energy healing. If any of you are interested in exploring a session with me, please come visit me at my website at abbeynormalswisdomquest.com. All right, thank you so much for the opportunity to connect with you today. I got your email and I'm going to read your goals here, get started. I can't wait to see what we discover. I'm really excited. So I'm trying to calm down so I actually can listen and connect. Okay. So you wrote me, "Hey Abby, can we do a session on reptilians?" So your connection with reptilians. I just woke up from a really weird dream and felt a lot of fear. It's really got me shook. Okay. So you just woke up from a weird dream. Okay. And it's got you shook up. So a session on reptilians. Is the dream about reptilians? I'm guessing it is, but I'm going to put it out there that maybe there's the domino effect of reptilians, but then there's meaning in the dream that is something different. It appears to be about reptilians, but maybe it's about something else. So let's put it out there, both things, okay, as potentially two different meanings, or maybe one big interconnected meaning. And probably both of those. Okay, swear to God, I'm almost ready here. Okay, thank you so much for sharing openly. We're all going to gain something from this experience. So yes, thank you so much. Okay. Your weird dream got you shook up. You're feeling fear. Reptilians. Okay. All right. So, I see a person. This person is sitting on a chair and they're basically, from the third eye down, it's like somebody gouged out the material that is in this strip, okay? Let's just say it's maybe 3 inches down the center here. This strip is just gouged out. So it's what I'm looking at. Now I see a coral or a fight, and I see this coral or a fight, right, is overlaying what is this body that's cored out sitting in a chair. So I see them both at the same time. And I'm working my way through. I feel like I'm tunneling or I'm digging, and there's a face that appears here. And it's my own reflection in the mirror, apparently. So you're looking at a face looking back at you, and the face is more, I don't want to define it as reptilian, it's more alien, as in it doesn't have your classic reptilian appearance, but I could see a parallel. Let's just say it's got kind of the shape of an 8, okay, on the outside, and its skin is a bit slimy and is smoother, and it's got patches of spots that are quite large. You could say its base color is an off-whitish green, and we're talking more swampy looking, okay, and then it has blotches of blackish purple that's a bit faded all over, spots all over it. And it's not easy to see the actual face. It's easier to see the outline than it is to see the actual face, but it's looking back at you in the mirror. And there's just you're under a lot of pressure because it's hard to breathe. It's hard to gain clarity. Everything is kind of overlapping. So we need to slow the energies down, because you're rushing. And you're taking control as well. So as I'm slowing things down, you're rushing to get to an understanding or an answer. So I'm slowing your energy down because I tell you, hey, let's not rush this. As I slow it down, you're already kind of crawling on the ground. You're still moving forward, trying to find something. And you're really, really you got to find this. So I'm just telling you to just stop what you're doing. Let's take 10 steps back. Let's really acknowledge that we don't need to know today. Because when that becomes the friction, that's actually the one thing that you need to do, is the opposite thing that you're doing. I'm still slowing this down. It's not easy because you're really trying to move ahead. You're trying to move forward. And in the act of moving forward, you feel like you are closer to finding something, which is not true, because you're not doing it you're not composed. You're not collected. You're reacting. Bringing you back. Come on. Bringing you back. We're going to do this real slow and we're going to look at everything, okay? Once we look at everything, then we'll see what the next thing is. Boy, you can't stand this. It's not easy to get you to stop. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this you in your own little weird place over there where you can keep moving forward. And then the parts of you that can chill with me, we're going to take a look at the stuff. And then we'll come back to that you, okay? It's hilarious. Like, I'm putting you in this this space, and you can move forward and dig and whatever you need to do and overlap it and make it crazy. Whatever this you needs right now, you go do that. You go have fun. We're gonna just step back and then we're gonna look at everything and make sense of some stuff, okay? Gosh, you're echoing. So it doesn't have anything to do with reptilians? Say, I don't know the answer to that yet. We need to slow down in order to explore it. But I have a feeling we all have somewhere along the line some relationship with reptilians. So I'd really like to take a look at that. I feel like I'm kind of intermixed between a dream and between something else beneath the surface that triggered the dream, and then also what you're wanting to find out about your connection with reptilians. So it's a lot of stuff going on here. Oh, this is good. Because that answer is calming down the part of you that asked the question. And you're stepping down some stairs here and coming down. And you're like, but I gotta know. Ah, I gotta know. And you're like bouncing up and down. Come on. Is it about reptilians? All right, do I need to put you over there with that you? Go have some fun over there. Or do you want to chill with us? Because you're going to have to chill out if we're going to find this out. We got to figure some things out. But I need you to chill. You're trying. I'm going to go back to the initial scene with this cord out. Okay? And we're going to let go of the idea of reptilians. We're going to start with the dream or anything else. Okay? One thing's for sure, you're almost like manifesting a drama because you're starving. You're starving for something not mundane and human, okay? You're starving, like you're starving to the point you're screaming and you're pushing your own self out, your own body out, your own throat out, your own mouth. You're so desperate. No wonder you can't relax and calm down, because I'm forcing you to get back into the mundane human experience that you can't stand right now. But only once you can do that can we find a practical truth. It isn't really mundane, and it really isn't boring. We got to be human. That's what's exciting. And it's what you make of it as a human being. Not as a mind that wants to get out of this human reality into some funner fantasy existence. And it's not necessarily a fantasy, but it is a starvation for more depth in your life. It really is. I mean, we're talking, I'm going to push the red button of possibilities. Even if what comes back hurts, I don't care. I need something. Juice me up. I need something. I'm desperate. I mean, you are vibrationally. I'm starving for meaning that is more meaningful than what your life is kind of behaving like. I mean, you are resisting the basic human experience. Like, no thanks. Okay. All right. Still working on this. You know what's neat? Good things are happening here because you've separated yourself out into many parts. And you're doing this because of a triggering switch of desperation and starvation for more beyond yourself. And you're doing this, I mean, you're trying to create new experiences, which by creating new experiences, it's giving you something more. But you want to allow the experiences to come that are really going to enrich your life, not because you're desperate, but because you're patient. uh, I can't explain what just happened there, but it was great. It just made my heart just laugh. And because you get me, but you kind of still like the kid that wants to go to the water park today. You know, like, just tell me we're going. I'm already there in my mind. Don't force me to stay at the house today. You're kind of like this, the dog that's ready to go for the walk, you know. And I'm telling you, no, not today. But you're kind of understanding. I'm pulling these, what is like 5 selves back. We still have the you that's in that other place. I'm almost able to bring that you back, okay? Come on now. Ew, it feels gross. It feels gross to bring these yous back. Why don't you want them to come back? It's too much of yourself. You got too much of yourself going on. You want less of yourself, more of something else. Bring the yous back. You need more of yourself. You're barfing. You don't want more of yourself. I say it's good. It's like when mom and dad tell you to eat your veggies. It's good. You start to have a weird internal conversation like, I don't trust him. I don't like him. I can't stand him. And this is you talking to your other yous that you want to get away from. Like, get to just send them off, make it interesting so I can appreciate me, because my other me's brought me something meaningful. It's really interesting what's going on here. We're going to do 2 things. One is we're going to create a reality where you are working on integrating the yous back into yourself, okay? We're going to create another reality where that doesn't happen, where it's you, and then we have these like 5 yous here. All the while there you are in this, like, still trying to move forward. However, this you is slowing down because you realize you're the only person there, and you're confused as to why and what happened. I'm going to go knock on the door and say, hey, you want to come join us? Ooh, I don't like this. I got to keep him in the box. In fact, I'm not going back to that box for a while. The reason why is because as I started to talk to him, he started to turn into a really disturbing thing. That wasn't a good thing. It's a manipulative monster. We'll come back. It's the slimy reflection in the mirror. It's the gross thing. That's what I put in that time space that's forcing you to keep moving forward, but it's not helping you to integrate back into yourself, which is what you need. It's leading you astray. It's leading you astray, okay? And it's impatient, and it's like really wanting to lead you straight off a cliff before you ever realized that was what was happening. This is a gross thing in there. We want to keep that away from you, okay? That's not a good thing. It's like, keep the rabid dog away. You don't want that, okay? We need to put that rabid thing over there. Keep it contained. Keep us safe here. Oh, you're psychically communicating with this thing. Why are you doing that? Are you so desperate for something that you will communicate with a slimy, monstery thing that's going to lead you off a cliff before you ever realize it? You need to really talk to yourselves. Talk to yourself about why are you attracted to a negative event? As in, we're talking psychically communicating with this thing. I mean, it looks like a monster. It is actually inside and out. It is on the inside what it looks like on the outside. It is leading you off a cliff. So it is leading you to problems. And for some reason, you'll take problems. You'll take whatever you can get because there's this desperation for something, something more than day-to-day life. And why are you attracted to this? Is love not okay? This is a human conundrum. I mean, this is really a human conundrum because love is it feels like a very slow process. It's like I can put love into this life, but how much am I getting back from all the patience and the devotion and the everything that it takes to get through day-to-day life as a human being, right? You put love into it, it's a very long time. But if you get to work with chaos, it makes things crazy. It gives you like crazy instantaneous gratification of hell. Do you want that? Maybe you need challenge. Maybe you're attracted and desiring challenge in your life. Maybe it's getting too simple. Maybe you feel like you solved all the problems and now you need a new one, right? So you are psychically communicating with a thing that is represents problems. And so you want a problem in your life. You want reptilians in your life? They aren't saying it's reptilians. They're saying you want a problem in your life. Your energy field is showing me all of this, okay? All right. You're like your 5 U's plus the U. And now there's like a million U's and you're all whispering really quickly back and forth like, do we want a problem? Is that what we really want? Do we really want a problem? Is that what we're... Everybody's like, ripple, 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 ripple. It's like the ocean waves are rippling here across you, okay? Why are you so bored? I really want to know. Why are you so bored? What are you starving for? You need to really pinpoint that for me. I mean, fantasize like, okay, Abby, God, if I could, I don't know, like a goddess would just come straight out of the sky in a purple dress, and she's psychically communicating with me, because she's a part of my galactic family, and now I have her to work with, and I can start now suddenly channeling her energy, understanding the history of planet Earth, and now changing and transforming the lives of other people with this like enhanced awareness. Bam, all in one day. If I could have that my life would be complete. It's okay to fantasize and try to pinpoint what you're looking for. This is actually good. Because if you don't do that, because sometimes we're kind of embarrassed. Literally, you might have a part of you that's kind of embarrassed to admit the thing that is so kind of absurd. It tells you a lot. It will tell you a lot, okay? So you need to put your finger on it and then it will tell you a lot. It's going to reveal some things, okay? Oh, you're whispering and like literally it's like oceans of you. Oceans of you, and you're whispering and communicating it about what we're talking about. You're still psychically connected to the problem in the box, okay? Which, is it a real consciousness? I don't want to give it too much attention, to be honest. It is a problem. It's not a good thing. It's like saying, I want to eat the nasty hair clog in my drain for dinner tonight. I don't think anybody wants that. Why would you want to talk to that hairy, nasty, gritty, gross clog and then eat that for dinner? Ew, Okay. Oh, shoot. barfable happening, gross barf, too much psychic information. You're having a third eye and a crown chakra blowout right now, and it feels like your ears are blowing out from the inside because of what's happening here at the higher chakras. And it's gross and weird. It's like there's puke coming out your eyes, your nose, and your mouth, and it's a green substance. It's like a living green. I mean, it moves as well. It's like yellows and greens like moving around. It's kind of pretty looking, but it's a toxic slime, okay? It's barfing out your face. What in the world have you been doing? We're moving into another scene. This is a real energy space, okay? And I see you clawing to get out of it. This is when I look into the energy going on here in your face and the slime coming out. I look into that and I see you in another space, and it's a real event happening. And there's like 16 people in there, and it's an orgy basically, but you're the only one they want. And you don't want any of them, and you're trying to claw your way away, and you're kind of being raped in the process, okay? That's embarrassing and shameful. You're like, don't want to, just don't tell me that. So we got to work on some stuff. This is what I'm supposed to do. It's safe, okay? This is okay. We are going to actually stay in that space, and I'm going to have you face all the people in here that are forcing themselves upon you, and you're trying to get out, and you can't. And they're all human, okay? They aren't expressing what genders. I mean, it doesn't really, I don't understand the genders of these, but there's people here, okay? And when you try to run away from something, that it vibrationally is an imbalance, because you need to turn around and you need to face it and not try to get away from it, because you're not going to get out of this. There's no door. You're in a box, you're walled in, and it's like an eternity of trying to get away. It's not, you're not going to get away. So we need to shift the energy here and then face this. They're all women. They're all women with problems. It's kind of hilarious. I would love to see like a weird TV show, like all these are like, like every woman has a weird like woman issue, okay? I don't know how else to describe it. They all have weird like psycho behaviors, like a psycho girl. And she's expecting you to basically be on your hands and knees for her. And she's completely like a nitwit and not self-aware, but expecting you to still grovel at her feet as though she is the one and only, you know? But she's really gross on every level. And we have multiples of different psycho women. I mean, they all are trying to get you. You're trying to get away from them. They never can have you. You need to face them. Okay. It's so loud in here, and this is really vibrationally bad for your third eye and your crown. Like it's actually bad for your throat as well. You'd think it'd be bad for like sacral chakra and all that. But because this is all face energy here, that's squishing out. And when I look into it, I see this. They're really showing me this is really disruptive of inner peace vibes for your third eye and crown chakra. Okay, stuff like that. So. I see all these women are starting to come together as one massive woman that hates your guts. But she expects you to grovel at her feet, but she hates you. And she'll still hate you for groveling at her feet, even though you should be anyway. and she still hates you. It's just funny. It's just funny. Okay. Okay. She is, the only thing we see now is her private, her vagina. Okay. I mean, she's massive, so we can't really not see it. But that's a really like everything is getting very enlarged here, and then it's in our face. So we see this, okay? Undeniable. It's part of the message. It's forced. I mean, she is forcing herself upon you, and she is not in balance in her mind and her heart. And so therefore she's acting like an animal instead of with mature and balanced emotions. She is more like an animal, and she is not healthy. As a human being, she needs help. And do you need help? This is really good. Vibrationally, I hear that the power of this conversation in your energy field is really, really good. Really good for you. I'm not sure why, but she's half smashed into you. So her energy is smashed into your face and your throat and partially some of your chest, okay? Her energy has a massive residue of she's partially absorbed into you. In a way, it's kind of nice. It's like she could be jealous, which means like there's something about the jealousy energy that makes you feel like you're number one, but actually it's a sickness in her, and you'll never really be appreciated by her because she can't love. So the jealousy is all an ego thing. There's no love here. She doesn't understand what love is at all. But that shows me the imbalance for you too. Still working on this. Oh man, this is so heavy on my head. I ask you what you want. You see yourself as the problem. That's why the problem looked like you. Until I sent the problem away and I went to talk to the problem, and then it turned into the monster, the slimy, gross monster. So you yourself are a big problem in your own life. Man, that's pretty hardcore. It's incredible the complexities that you're bringing into balance here about identity, about I mean, you're gonna have to work through this. I think it's actually kind of an interesting path. I mean, sometimes we do need things, we do need to rock the boat in order to learn new things. And it feels like it's healthy to rock the boat, but now you get to work through those ripples, which is going to help you to find more of yourself and understand more of yourself, which in the way you are the savior of who you are. So perhaps where I was, my fantasy is this woman in purple coming out of whatever, what if she is the you that you're trying to become in a way. It's you are the savior of yourself. But it's a genuine thing. It's a Christ consciousness thing. It's an awakening thing. It's an enlightenment thing. It's a higher vibrational thing. And so we have this human state, the struggle with ourself here, And the working on really understanding what a truly joyful human existence actually is. Him, which when we embrace the mundane and we find the beauty in that, you're going to find something you didn't expect there, which is true, grounded, pure, innocent vitality. I mean, there's so much more to it than you could imagine. However, we do need to rock the boat at times in order to experience and learn and grow, continue, which is only helping us to find yet again another level of the Savior, the Christ consciousness within ourselves, right? I really appreciate this because you say you don't want to let her go. You want to stay with her because she's value added. I mean, she adds meaning to your life. There's something about the sound of her voice. You say you understand that it's kind of poppy and harsh, but it's oddly satisfying. And sometimes it's not about having a perfect conversation. Sometimes it's just about intimacy. Sometimes it's just about intimacy. It doesn't have to be perfect conversation or perfect exchange of everything that life is about. Sometimes it's about intimacy, and that intimacy is love. And that loving someone for their imperfections is still love. I see her deflating, and I don't ever see where you could cherish her. I don't see her being able to cherish you. I don't see it. And so you want something, and you're creating the idea of something that doesn't actually exist. So you are living in the fantasy that you need right now. And she then is the catalyst of that fantasy for you. But when you're ready to return to reality, what is this going to mean now? Was this just a band-aid over some greater struggle that you were not looking at? And now the slimy, nasty problem is here to help you see something about yourself that you actually are wanting to see, and that's why you are communicating with it and letting it lead you to what you're trying to find. Trying to find something which is an answer, basically. I think it's beautiful that you would align the reptilians with helping to guide you to an answer, because we seem to associate like the evil or the negativity or the control or the manipulation with the reptilian, but we don't see how that guides us to the salvation of ourself, because we don't like this. We don't like manipulation. We don't like, because it's painful. It's ridiculous. It's absurd. Why do we have to go through that? However, we become stronger because of it. So are they really hurting us, or they're making us stronger? This is helping you to find your own eyesight. And it is doing it in a raw and real way that is respectful of who you truly are. Where you want the fantasy, it is showing you the reality. You're waking up again. This is a third eye, crown chakra thing, heart thing, sacral. I mean, it's throat. I mean, it's all. It's root. It's everything. It's all your chakras here. We're working on gratitude towards the thing in the box, but you don't want to leave her. Even still knowing this stuff, you just don't want to leave her. Because if you leave her, you've lost something of yourself. Say, what if you're gaining something of yourself? What if she represents your insecurity that you aren't ready to face yet? But once you find the strength to move on, you will gain a part of who you are and heal that insecurity. You're much more calm, you're much more peaceful. You need time to meditate on everything, but you are returning to yourself and you aren't grossed out by yourself and you're more open-minded to everything that's been discussed here. A wider range of understanding about this and gratitude for it and your life and for the human challenge, right? Which is pretty incredible how complicated we can make things sometimes. Yeah, I mean, I see you coming into a wiser harmony, but you need time to integrate the message. And I do experience an effervescence of true, deep, and in a way neutralizing, but it's light. I mean, it's a living energy of love is comfortably opening up, but it's softly, it's gently opening up in your heart, and it's helping you to feel calmer and more peace with yourself and and all that you are and your life. Okay, thank you so much for this. Man, I'm in a surreal place right now. That was so interesting. Okay. All right. Well, thanks. And thank you too to everybody for watching from beginning to end. Thank you so much for your support here on YouTube, support of my clients, your kind comments. I hope you all have a very wonderful rest of your day.